Hey, Christy, Mattoon here on a beautiful, glorious, sunny day. You can see the sun beaming through my window. Um, I again want to point out my beautiful new picture. This is by, I think her name was, I'm going to get her first name wrong. Her last name's Thompson, though. Um, E.R. Thompson. And I just absolutely love this photo. We ordered it a little bit ago and it just came in. I was like, oh. So enjoy my tree. I love trees. I love the color green. I love the purple around it and the light rushing through it. It's just fantastic. So anyway, what I want to talk to you about in the last video, I was just talking about seeking your spirit and staying in that place of calmness. And so then the next obvious question is, how do you do that? How do you do that? There are some physiological advantages to being a human. And one of them is literally that you can control your emotions. You get the right to choose how you feel about anything. And it is, I want to call it a law. It probably supersedes the law of attraction, your ability to feel, right? Your ability to choose how you're going to feel. So I want to give you 3 of the best ways to easily calm your nerves if you're having a reaction to what's going on, or if your life has just been one of those where you're just reactive instead of being able to be in charge of your emotions in your life. This is going to possibly, for some of you, be a life-changing, life-altering thing to understand and even stuff to practice. And the practice of it here is key. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of this stuff isn't easy, even though it's easy to do, right? If you let it fall into a practice and you start doing it on a continual basis, it will change your physiology. It will change your central nervous system. It'll change the way you feel, and it'll change your ability to be able to choose to feel differently when circumstances happen around you. Right now, if you're not able to do that, if you're caught in fight and flight, or you've got all those negative neuropeptides trapped in your system from issues and things that's happened in your past, and then right, that's just kind of where you're stuck. So you have to have some kind of mechanism to release those. And I think this is one of these are the 3 easiest ways that I've ever found. I've taken certain protocols that I learned and literally like just gone in, what is the mechanism? What's the thing that makes it work? Because there's so much, I use the word fluff. There's so much fluff around some of these protocols that we're taught. You know, you have to do, there's steps and all this, you have to, and you got to muscle test, and you got to ask, and you got to prepare, and you got to, and I'm like hogwash to all of that. Jesus was putting his hand on stuff and just healing it, right? And even other great ascended masters, same kind of idea. What was it that they were doing that was so quick and easy, right? Their understanding of energy was one thing. On a physiological end of it, though, we weren't left without hope. We were left with ways that you could actually utilize your own body processes. So that's what I'm talking about here. So I want you to get a pencil and paper and write these down. Number 1 is breath. All right. Number 1 is breath. So I just now wrote down breath. A functional breath, right? A functional breath. How do you do a functional breath? There's so many different ways of breathing. Any breathing, any practice you're currently using, any understanding you already have about breath practiced will be better than not doing anything and just like letting your body take over and doing its own breathing. Did you hear what I just said? Any practice that you're doing will be better than not doing anything as far as breath work goes. So no matter what it is, I just want you to do one. If you don't have one, here's the simplest one I know, and it's basic physiology. It's a huge inhale, round out your rib cage. So you want to open up through the rib cage and get those joints moving. Big inhale, and then your exhale needs to be at least a second or 2 longer than your inhale. It's a huge inhale. You can't hear it, and I'm still trying to inhale. I'm still trying to open my lungs up. And then a huge, long exhale. Nice and calmly. Don't do this fast. Do it nice and gentle and slow. And you're just following your breath in and out of your body. This is a great way to love yourself back to life. It really is. And for those of you who are in chronic anxiety and panic, you probably know what I'm talking about loving yourself back to life. Here's a good way to start to do it. Now, when you're doing the inhale and exhale, the reason we're doing a longer exhale, it's very intentional, is it because it drives oxygen deeper into your cellular structure. Okay, it drives oxygen deeper into your cellular structure. As you do this, you're going to start feeling lighter. You're going to start feeling a little bit better. You're going to notice that you're not feeling the same as you were when you started. And you're going to start moving those neuropeptides, those better feeling ones, into the cells and allowing the other ones to release, effectively calming the central nervous system, right? From your brain all the way down your spine, innervating with every one of your organs, all of your tissue, all the nerve endings, every place in your body is affected, right? It calms the vagus nerve. It allows the whole system to kind of get a little reboot, right? Breath alone will do this. And we know masters who have only used breath in their ascension process, right? Breath alone will take you there, but you've got to practice it. So here's what I tell people to do. 3 minutes every hour, practice your breath work. If you do nothing else, practice your breath work. Set a timer to go off. That's why I'm holding up my phone. Set a timer to go off and practice your breath work for 3 minutes every hour. Okay, number 2. Second thing I would do is you utilize the advantage of putting yourself in a whole brain state. Utilize the advantage of putting yourself in a whole brain state. Clearly, I can't write and think at the same time. I just wrote that down. Whole brain state. How do you do it? Here's the simple of it. Cross your arms and legs. Just cross them. You can do this number. You can cross them across your lap. My ankles are crossed. My wrists are crossed. And now I'm going to stack my breath on top of it. You're going to notice a different level of calm because what you're doing is allowing your brainwave states to start to synchronize. When you cross midline of the body, your brainwave states do something different. They start to synchronize. All of the compartments of your brain will start to come into a coherence with each other. Doing nothing else but sitting there with your arms and legs crossed. You add the breath work in, and now I'm calming the central nervous system down also, right? I've got all of these little components going on at the same time. That's the second thing I would do, doing nothing else. And we'll take this further here in a little bit. Whole brain state is the mechanism that Psych K uses. Whole brain state is the idea of EMDR, right? Bilateral brain stimulation. Whole brain state is the thing that Brain Gym uses to help kids that are having issues, right? There's all kinds of science out there about it. What you're doing is putting yourself into a higher alpha brainwave and allowing your brain to start to synchronize. If I was doing that, I would be doing it for 3 minutes every hour until the system calmed down, right? Or until you get some kind of recognizable change that you can hang on to. We want to train this into the system. All right, so the third technique is heart coherence. So for this one, I'm going to take 3 of those nice breaths that I just taught you, and then I'm just putting my hands over my heart to bring my awareness to my heart. And I am just literally moving my awareness from whatever space it's in. If I'm in my brain thinking, I'm going to move it down into my heart, and I'm just going to relax into it. I'm just going to sit with it. I'm just going to be there. That is the simple, most basic version of heart coherence I can give you. And what it will do for you is calm your system down, and it will take you into another place. Now, if you stack it, I'm going to cross my ankles while I've got my hands over my heart. My awareness is in my heart, and I'm doing the breath work. So I'm coming at it from a few different angles. If it's too much, back it back down to just the breath work. Do only the breath work. If you're like, I think I can add a little bit more, I want to see what this feels like. The goal here is to do it consistently and don't stop. Consistency matters. You are retraining the system at this point. Ask questions below. My name is Christy Mattoon. I am from Mind Rewire. My email address is christy@mindrewire.com. I hope this blesses you.